I think a large part of it was an overestimation on what that eligible patient pool is. Like really that target basket is actually, I think, a lot smaller. Because as you mentioned, in the sickle cell disease space, there aren't many great treatment options, but there's also a wide spectrum of disease severity. So I think what you really end up having is that these gene therapies are really targeted at those patients that do not have a donor match, which, just comparing the two, the gene therapies versus a stem cell donor, there's a lot more data. There's been a lot more time that's gone by using that as a therapeutic approach. So I think that if there is a match donor, and from a cost standpoint as well, in a lot of cases, that may be the preferred option compared to gene therapies. But as you mentioned, there's also already therapies like hydroxyurea that work for a lot of patients. They're not ideal, but I think that the gene therapies are really going to be used in patients that can't be controlled with existing therapies and don't have that donor match. So instead of having a potential patient pool of about 100,000 in the US, it's probably a lot closer to maybe 15 or 20,000. And I don't think that the price is as big as a concern. I think we are, it is a huge barrier speaking broadly, but the patients and the providers, at their level, they're not, you're not going to have a copay on a $2 million therapy. So I think at a certain point, that's just a number for the insurers to worry about and the payers. And largely, they have been covering the therapies. So I don't think that the price is as big of a barrier as, where that therapy actually slots in that broader market basket.